Ciao ragazzi, Claudio Giganti with Giga Racing here for MotoGP talk. We're talking about the Aragon 2. Race was excellent. Morbidelli, as I mentioned on Saturday, I had a feeling he was doing really good. And especially after hearing him on the press conference, he got asked if he was going to help his teammate Quartararo for the championship. He said, well, who's saying that I'm out of the championship, or him and Alex Rins being out of the championship? And then sure enough, him and Rins finish up on top. Morbidelli first and Quartararo was only 8. We had the Rins second, Joan Mir third. He really managed the race very well. Mir as well. Mir tire choices were different. Morbidelli was in a medium and managed to make it work really good for him. Quartararo was in a medium as well, but didn't turn out to make it work as good than Morbidelli was. His gap at the end of the race was about 14 seconds. Quartararo gap from Morbidelli, which in average it's close. It's over half a second a lap. So obviously Morbidelli had a lot better pace. After the race, in his press conference, Morbidelli said that he was on the zone. And the one thing that I really was happy about Morbidelli mentioning that the team gave him a perfect machine, that he didn't have to worry about tire wear, he didn't have to worry about the engine and other things. So in matter of fact, as far as the engine goes, we had Vinales that finished 7th. Again, himself as well, a 14-second behind. And Vinales was complaining about engine power, saying that he didn't have the engine power to come out of the corner the way he wanted to. And I think it's related to the fact that Yamaha, you remember, they had these problems at the beginning of the season, engine breaking down. Apparently, supposedly was a defective batch of valves for the engine. And now Yamaha, and especially Vinales, they already use all their engines. So they gotta kind of manage the engines that they have, and they can't afford to break down. So I really think that with electronic, I've tuned down the engine in order to, it's not as pushed that it was at the beginning of the season, just to prevent any breakdown. So let's go over the race a little bit. Beginning of the race, I was really sorry for Nakagami. He made a really good start, and I don't know why he had the urge to push so hard at the beginning. Everybody knows, especially with these Michelins, that you gotta get couple of laps to get the top tires in temperature. He was pushing so hard, he wanted to pull away right from the get-go, right from the start, and his front hand washed out. So I guess it's a little bit of lack of experience for being up front. He's haven't been up front ever before. He's haven't been in a podium, so it's kind of a new thing for him. He doesn't know how to manage the race, and especially at the beginning. I mean, it's a 23-lap race. There is no need for rush. But I did feel sorry for Nakagami, because through the whole weekend, it was the strongest rider out there. It was just a rookie mistake that he made. Same thing with Alex Marquez. Alex made an interesting choice. Somebody said that he put a hard front and a soft rear. He said that it was recommended by his brother Marquez. I don't really know if that's the case, because Marquez haven't raced since the beginning of the season. He doesn't know how those tires are performing. It was not through the weekend, so I think it all came. It was a gamble that Alex wanted to make, and at that time when he crashed, it wasn't really paying off. His pace wasn't any faster than the other ones, but again, he took responsibility and said he made a mistake. I still felt bad for him. I think if he had a medium front, we probably would have seen him on the podium again, and maybe, who knows, maybe winning the race. Going over the people that didn't make it, Bagnaia is having huge problems. We thought at the beginning of the season that it was the one that was going to shine through for Ducati, and they thought the same. That's what they put it on. They signed him up for next year on a factory bike, but actually wasn't the case. And is I don't know. I hope he really found himself again and be able to show that he's worth that factory bike for next year. Alex Espargaro, he said he had a great chance, the bike was awesome and everything else. Unfortunately, it was a technical breakdown, so he didn't make to finish the race. Alex Espargaro, I never saw him doing anything really good. I think Aprilia is lacking a top rider right now. I don't think Alex has what it needs to take Aprilia up on top, but let's see how it's gonna go next race. You guys probably heard that Salvadori is gonna replace Bradley Smith for the last 3 races for Aprilia. Let's see how he does. I mean, he's gonna be his first experience on a MotoGP, so we don't expect too much from him, but let's see, maybe he will shine through right from the get-go. Let's do that and check it out. So Paul Espargaro, as I mentioned it before, the KTM came strong. They made the KTM really work here. It was really good to see them up front again. Zarco finished 5th. Really good race from him. Oh my God, he was really fighting off Oliveira all the way to the end, all the way to the checkered flag, and he managed to stay up front. I give it a good 9 to Zarco. Really good. He was strong through the weekend, good on qualifying. Good race from him. Again, inconsistent. You'll see 1 good race and then 4 bad races, but we got to give it to him. He did a really good job with the Ducati. We got to remember that the Zarco Ducati, it's an older Ducati. It's not a 2020 spec, so that might has something to do to make the tire works. And that was it. Petrucci, I don't know. I see one of his interview. He finished 10, and he sounded like he was pleased with his performance. I don't know if you'd be pleased with your performance if you're finishing 10. I don't think it's actually good. 10th spot is just barely in the top 10. It's not what he should be doing with a factory Ducati. But again, Ducati has a big problem making the tire works. The tires didn't work at all. Also for Dovizioso, but both of them. Petrucci 19 seconds behind, almost a second lap slower. Dovizioso 22 seconds behind, a 23 lap race. He made few mistakes. He felt it was coming back through. He got all the way to 7, but in all fairness, he didn't have the pace, and I don't think he would have made it up front. Then we have Tito Rabat and Bradley Smith back at the back. Again, Bradley Smith being replaced by Salvadori for the last 3 races. So, Franco Morbidelli, really cool and composed. I think we're going to see a lot more from him. He's doing really good right now. Let's remember that Franco is on a older spec. The Yamaha is a 2019 bike. Maybe that has something to do with his performance as well, because obviously his engine can be tuned full out, because last year they didn't have any problems. So I think it's one of the reasons why he made it quite a good pace. He stayed up front, he did his lines, and he managed to pull the whole race together. But he's cool and composed. I think it's going to be between him and Johan Mir for the championship this year, but let's see if I'm right. Well, let's wrap it up for today. Again, big applause to Morbidelli, Rins and Mir for 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And we'll talk on Thursday night. We're gonna do a little GP talk about Ducati and how the season has unfolded for them, where they are, and what the prospect for the future are. Thank you again for watching. This is Claudio Giganti from Giga Racing. Thanks a lot. Have a nice day. Bye now.